So at a high level, this is all about OAuth to OpenID Connect, the scopes, the redirect URIs, how do you get the authorization code, how do you make the API calls, the access token, and the refresh token. As you can see, I'm creating a new account on the developer portal right now. So, I go ahead and I created a new account. I'm going ahead and creating a new app. I'm integrating with the accounting API. And actually, let me select payments API as well. Now my app is getting created. So now when I go to the key section for this app, what you will see here is I have client ID, client secret, and redirect URI, right? What this means is I have a OAuth2 app. Basically with OAuth2, you get a client ID and a client secret. Quickly, let me change the name of this app. So this is basically the OAuth playground. When you're starting off, you can use the playground to see, how the protocol is working and start understanding the request and the response and things like that. As you know, with OAuth2, there is this concept of scopes where, you can select the scopes for which you want access to. I'm just going to go ahead and select all the scopes for now. And with that, as you can see, this is a space separated values. This is the scope for accounting. This is the scope for payments, OpenID profile, who will be single signing on, for that app basically. Email, phone, address, right? The first step is, where I do get authorization code. When I click on it, it will take me through the authorization flow. It's saying, I allow my sandbox company to talk to my awesome app. I authorize it. Now I'm back on the playground. I got the authorization code. This is the authorization code. And now and what we have done is we have automatically filled in the company ID as well, based on this sandbox company. And, now I can use this authorization code and get the access token. Now, as you can see here, we have the request for the retrieval of the author tokens. There's a response. This is your refresh token. This is your access token. You have the issuer. Now, as you can see here, we also call out that your access token is going to expire in 60 minutes. And I'm going to go into the access token and refresh token policies in a bit, but I'm just going to copy this for just a moment here. Now, call API. So I can do a get company info API call. That's the accounting API call. I can do a submit charge, which is the payments API call. And I can do a get user info call, which is the OpenID Connect or the user profile call. So when I click on the get company info, it's gonna go use that access token and get information about my company info for that sandbox company. And this is the company info. Similarly, if I do a get user info, it went and got my user information. My email address, is my email address verified? It says no, because I just created it. Now, finally, there is a fourth step over here where you can actually refresh your access token. So, as I said, the access token expires in 60 minutes. The refresh token has an expiry of at least 100 days, but you can always refresh your access token using your refresh token. So as you can see here, I just refreshed my access token, and again, it's expiring in 60 minutes. So I did want to take some time to go over the access token policy and the refresh token policy, because this is very critical. So, as we just went over the code, access tokens are valid for an hour, after which you get a fresh one using your latest refresh token. For the refresh token itself, basically, the lifetime of the refresh token is at least 100 days. And every time you ask for a new access token, the lifetime of the refresh token is extended to another 100 days. So think of it as a rolling refresh token policy where if you use it for, if you ask for a new access token within the 100 days, then your refresh token automatically gets extended for another 100 days, at least 100 days. If a new access token is not requested, then that refresh token will expire. And basically, you will have to ask the user to go through the connect to QuickBooks or through the authorization flow again so that you can get a new refresh token. Irrespective of how many times you have refreshed the access token, the refresh token has an expiry of 1 year. So we will keep on extending it for 100 days, 100 days, but it will expire. There is a hard expiry of 1 year. And if the user revokes the connection, then basically the token is revoked and it's not valid anymore. What we have done here is that, based on your usage of the refresh token and the access token, we have made sure that, hey, if you don't use it for 100 days, then probably the user is not using that app to talk to that QuickBooks Online company. And from a security perspective, it's just better to expire that token. But if it's continuously being used, then, you don't have to call any specific API. As long as, you are requesting a new access token, your refresh token is automatically getting extended for another 100 days with a hard stop of 1 year. For example, right, say you are in December, and end of December is where your 1 year hard limit on the token is there. When you refresh the refresh token, you would get only 30 days worth of the expiry on it would be 30 days at that moment. So it will basically after those 30 days it will expire. So whenever you get a refresh token, it also has a field called expiry, and that expiry should tell you in how many days or hours or seconds it's going to expire basically. So all our docs are right here. Basically, you click on authentication and authorization, then implementing OAuth2, all you need to know about OAuth2 is right here. We also described the OAuth playground for you. Then OpenID Connect is where you enable the single sign-on and you implement the single sign-on with OpenID Connect. So everything you need is right here. OpenID Connect is a part of it's built on top of OAuth2, so you don't have to do like a completely different implementation as you had to do for OpenID 2.0. It's basically the same standard, and all you need to do is pass in the scopes and based on the response, look at the ID token and take it from there. So it's very, very simple for US developers to implement OpenID Connect if you have already implemented OAuth 2.0.